In today's episode, we're working with the C10. In today's project, we are going to lower the C10 2 inches in the front and 3 inches in the back.
Welcome to Fixin Two.
Little bit of an update for you guys who want to know what's going on with the Fairlane. We've kind of halted a little bit of engine stuff and we're working on the paint right now. I won't spoil too much, but we've clear coated it and that's all I'm gonna say. So you'll just have to wait till the next video if that's what's gonna be about to see what it looks like. Hey guys, so we're taking front right, but if you look at it from a certain way, if you're looking at it this way, it's front right. So if you're in the car, it's front right. So what you're gonna do first, I'll go over this side just so you can see a better perspective on how you do it. Okay, so on a Chevrolet C10, there's this thing here. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna undo these bolts, and there's one on each side. You're gonna undo this first so you can free this up. That's what Harrison's working on now. It should take in my 6 What?
Where's the ratchet that you had?
It's a 21.
This size?
No, it's that one right there.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
That was the one I was using. The one you should be using is the best one.
I have this one occupied already. Where's the other one? There's another size that's smaller than this between them.
You need a wrench.
No, I need the other ratchet.
Oh my gosh. I'll go look in the Fairlane.
Alright, Harrison's working on the tie rod. And I just busted the bolt loose on the shock. So now the only thing left will be to knock the bolt for the lower control arm loose. And I think we're going to use the jack to put some pressure on the lower control arm to hold the shock in place, or the spring in place, and then try to lower it down slowly so it doesn't shoot off into our face. It's ideally. Alright, after some shenanigans, we switched to the top upper control arm, busted it loose.
Because the bottom one was...
The bottom one was
locked up tighter than county
Alcatraz. All right, so these are what we're working with.
Yeah. I don't know how this is any smaller. It might have already been lowered. But
I doubt they lowered this thing.
No one had the money.
It hadn't been lowered in the last 25, 30 years that I've known. But
since you've had it.
Let's do the thing.
all right, so let's clean it. Let's
Stop.
here, hang on before you do anything else. Let's get this all cleaned out.
Ow. Maybe it's a softer metal or something, so it goes down more. Wonder what I want to do with those springs. Melt the metal down and make a sword or something crazy like that. That'd be cool.
Hey Bennett,
Huh?
can you find me a half
Wrench or ratchet?
ratchet?
Isn't
Actually,
that
it's
the
right
one
here.
that we never find? Is a
That's a 10 millimeter. It's always disappeared.
okay, front left. If you're in the cockpit and you look straight forward, it is front left. For those of you in Britain,
Oh boy.
it is still the same. Can I just say that if I went to London or Britain or somewhere across the pond, that would be the first mistake I made if I started driving. Would be which side of the road I would drive on. Yesterday was kind of crazy because we were replacing the front springs, and something we didn't think about was that the weight from the car over time would cause the springs to sag a little bit. So the springs that were actually lower were the same size as the ones that were already on there, so they were literally the same size. So we went back to Summit, replaced those, got some even lower ones, and those won't be in for a couple days, and so we have the new ones here for the back, so we're just gonna do the back real quick.
Oy vey. Hope we're not going too low.
Oh goodness. Give y'all a...
Well, these are unsprung, so all the weight's off of them, so we're gonna have to.
That's what we're looking at.
It's supposed to be a 5-inch drop in the back.
That is quite... What's the word? Quite lower? No, that would be a more descriptive word. Quite tiny, probably. Okay. So, goodness gracious. Well, I don't know. In my mind, I'm thinking these are going to be compressed down to here, but the back isn't as heavy as the front. Did you just break something? Oh. The back isn't as heavy as the front, so the metal doesn't have to be as thick, and it doesn't have to be as spaced together. So, yeah.
Alright.
Calm down.
Over that already. Alright, so let's go ahead and snap these bolt heads off. Trying to get these rusty bolts out.
Literally snap their heads off. This one right here.
Well, we'll work on the.
So,
Well, that's the breaker bar. We got to figure out what the other size is so we can take the other side off. We have to look at the bolt, and remember, looking at the bolt, turning it this way would be tightening.
yeah.
So going the other way is loosening. That's going to be going up. Yeah, pull it. Here, pull it. Okay. If you want to get me the bigger socket, ratchet, try that one right there. I think that's the bigger one.
I think it is.
Okay. Put that one on.
Ow. You dropped it
Good
on
thing
my
you had shoes
foot.
on. Well, if you want to call Crocs shoes. That would have been a toe cracker, for sure. Got it in reverse mode. Because we're lowering it as much as we are, we're going to have to get an adjustable track bar or a shorter track bar. So this stock one is because there's math involved in geometry and
Physics.
astrophysics. And the angle of this thing, when you lower it, causes the track bar to be wrong, sit in the wrong place, so you have to take it off and adjust it. Put a smaller one on, or shorter one, or something or other.
You are just quoting all over the place.
Yep. Mallet, please.
Now, oh yeah.
And we're probably gonna have to adjust or change the shocks out too at some point. Sooner rather than later.
What about rather later than sooner? That's what I do when I have to
Do
go to school.
do things later than sooner.
That's my motto for school.
It's called procrastination. Okay, where'd the go? The bolt. Put that on there so we don't lose it.
Speaking of procrastination, I think I'll tell y'all a joke about procrastination. Actually, I think I'll tell you later.
All right. Now I gotta figure out how to get it knocked out of the way.
You knock it.
Knock it till you try it.
What?
Knock it till you try it.
Waste compressed is probably down to here, right?
I'm not
Because
sure.
I'm starting to get worried. You want to go to O'Reilly's and get some PP Buster?
We might have to before it's over with.
Well, let's do a little speed time lapse to O'Reilly's and get some.
Speed time lapse to O'Reilly's.
Give me time lapse.
I think it was just PB Blaster. Oh, and bolts, because we broke the bolts on the taking the tie rod off in the front.
Let's go to O'Reilly's real quick.
Well, let's break some other stuff first so we can just get everything at once. See what I
know.
did there? Work smart, not hard.
Sometimes it might be better to work harder than smarter, because that builds character, right? What did we just get? PP Blaster.
Break loose spray and
Bolts.
bolts. That's it. Thanks.
And now we hit it home. Okay, everyone, we're back. Got some PP Blaster and some bolts for the control arm. Is that what it is?
Huh?
What do we get bolts for?
For the front? Yeah, for the tie rod.
Tie rod. I'm never gonna get that right. So we got some bolts for that. And we got a castle nut from Ace Hardware for that thing again. Of course, Zep PD Blaster. And now we're just gonna continue work here. So what we're trying to do, let me just take this off here quick. So what we're trying to do is right there, that's like welded to the bolt, and under here, I don't know if you can see it, right there, this thing here, we're, focus please, focus, there we go. We are going to spray a ton of pea black on it, because if we snap the head off of it, because of this, the bolts or the threaded part's still gonna be in there, so we're gonna kind of be in a pickle if that happens. So we're just playing it safe and getting some PV Blaster on it so that doesn't happen. I'll set the camera up right here for y'all.
So we don't have heat.
Yeah, which is why we need PV Blaster. So, right there. Yeah, it's camera's messed up. There we go. What I'm doing is just slowly pulsing it to persuade it instead of just going for heck. Okay. Good news, got that bolt loose after what felt like hours. Now we lower it and hope we don't get.
See if it doesn't explode in our face.
Hopefully we don't get our kneecaps turned backwards by this screw.
Well, get over here where it's got to bounce off 15 things before it does what it's going to do. Okay. Sledgehammer.
Oh Lord.
Sledgehammer. Don't copyright me.
Don't get us copyrighted.
Don't copyright me for singing a song.
Stop. You're gonna get us copyrighted. Okay, everyone. It is day 3 or 4. I can't remember. Pretty sure it's 3 of the shocks, springs. I don't know why I said shocks. Springs on the C10. The front ones finally came in. It is Wednesday, as expected.
You're in the way.
Yeah, the cat's in the way.
Excuse me, cat.
Okay. That's Lily, by the way. And we're at front right, and we're about to put this one in here.
Driver's side.
Oh, yeah.
Did you clean it out?
For me, it's right. No, I haven't cleaned it yet. Sorry. Okay, now we're putting it in. So, front left, not right. For me, it's right. And just gonna see where that divot is. Okay, now that's right there. We're going to take the jack and lower it, pick it up, put something underneath it, and then put the jack up. Now we just jack this up, like so. It's kind of hard to do with your hands. Yeah,
Make sure it's seated up in the top.
oh no, we're not doing that. It is not. I don't know why, but it's not. It's not going. It's getting stuck right there.
Okay, I'll push it forward. There
Okay.
you go. It's also got a little cradle that's got to sit up in the top too. Make sure it's sitting in that.
After a lot of finagling, I finally got it. The
Ball joint?
Ball joint was spinning and it wasn't threading, so we finally fixed the problem, hopefully. So we're gonna continue trying to put this castle nut back on the ball joint. Okay.
I'll just pretend we didn't see that. Yeah, this one's stripped out or something. Get it thinking taut. Moment of truth.
that's going to be it for Project Low and Slow. For those of you who live in Georgia, we're going to be at the Sonoya Car Show September 30th. Be sure, if you see us, be sure to come say hey and look at the truck. In our next video, we're going to continue work with the Fairlane. But until then, like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.